Hey everybody, Dr. Stacy Parker here. It's almost like I forgot my name. But I wanted to make this quick video. This is actually my third time trying to make this video, so I'm gonna make it a little bit shorter. Just want to tell you about, if you haven't seen it, my advertisement for my 6-week series seminar called Hidden Truth. I want you to be able to get information exclusively without it being on social media, and I'd like to know who I'm talking to so I can see your faces and speak with you directly. So here's what's going to happen. I'm creating a series of courses. It's only one. It's called Hidden Truth, and it's about the truth about Black America as it pertains to the systems and the history of this country, and how it affects not just Black people but white people as well, and what your role has been in it. I also wanted to let you know this. We're at a time right now where there's a shift. There is a shift happening. We went from being angry, protesting, praying, looting, tearing up shit, doing all kinds of stuff, thinking, organizing, and moving, changing policies, changing systems, because that is the real way that systematic or systemic racism will be dismantled. This is racism to the core foundation, so it must be handled in the way that it was built. It was built on us as Black people, but it was also built through the law, structuring this place so that it functions in a way that benefits one group of people and not others. And it's not in the form that you think. Yes, it's rooted in the basic racism because of the system, which says also to identify those who are privileged to take advantage of the system that has been put in place. Then there is a outward look. But that's the illusion. That is the illusion. And I'll cover that in my course too. Where did white people come from in terms of the term? There's no land for white people either. White people aren't tied to a what? White what? Just like Black people aren't tied to a Black what? Black people, white people. People are normally connected to the land in which they came. I did not come from Black. And you did not come from white. And we'll cover that. We'll cover the illusions of racism. We'll cover these things from a Black woman's perspective. And I might add, from a dark-skinned Black woman's perspective. And make no mistake, before I lose anybody, make no mistake, I am not saying that my lighter sisters had it any better because they're light, although that was part of the politics. What I am saying, though, is that dark-skinned Black women have a different story to tell than her lighter-skinned sisters. My sisters are lighter than I am. My mom is light-skinned. In fact, I look like my mom. I'm just dark. That's besides the point. I just want to I want to reiterate that. I am not saying that my struggle is worse. It's maybe worse in some ways because of the dynamics, but racism affected us both, all of us, but in different ways. Remember, two sides of the coin. So that's what my class will cover. And it is only a few seats, and there is a fee attached to it. So keep that in mind. Just DM me, email me at dr.stacyparker@gmail.com. Let me know that you're interested in the class, and I'll send you an invoice. Or you can just DM me and I'll send you an invoice. But that class, that information is not free. And there will also be videos too that you can purchase, but just want you to get a little bit of insight of what that advertisement is about. And then until further notice, I will be doing the information this way on a platform that lets me be able to know you and you know me a little better. I'm no longer going to be doing the social media, Instagram, where I don't really know who I'm talking to. And I will do that until it is suggested that I stop doing the teaching, the facilitation. This is my realm. I facilitate, I teach, I organize, I do a lot of things for growth in terms of human beings reaching their highest potential. But when I am moved to not do that anymore, I will not do that anymore, because we're at the beginning. We're getting to the point where we're reaching a spiritual, I can't even think of a word. We're coming there. There's a shift where we will have to be still and just know. See God's plan. See the spiritual side of this, because this is a spiritual war. It's always been. We'll cover that in my class too. Why do I keep saying this is a spiritual thing? And what does that have to do with being black? What does that have to do with what has been done to us and yet again for us? What does that mean if you are not black? I will be covering all these things. But it's a limited time, it's limited seating. But right now we're in a spiritual war. And we fight not against flesh and blood. We fight against principalities in high places, politics, intentional videos being sent out blasting, showing that black people have been beaten down for who knows how long. And now the floodgates for the videos are coming out. This is by design. This is to get you mad. This is to cause trouble. All of these things. Spiritual warfare, 5G, coronavirus, all that shit is connected. It may not seem like it, but it is. And I realized that I said all the things in this video, this one video that they tell you not to say in order to not be shut down. But that's okay. Because I told you I'll be giving this information until I can't give it anymore. This is your chance. We talked about introspection. Because this is a spiritual war. And you should understand by now that you are a spiritual being, everyone. You are a spiritual being here to have a human experience. And if this is that, then you know that it is your spirit that's being examined right now. It is your spirit that's being questioned right now. Who are you? Go inside, do the work, get some help, get information. Because I believe that if you don't, you will not have an opportunity to do this in time to come. This is not a threat. This is not an indictment on your soul. This is not anything to scare you. This is to alert you. This is to prepare you. And when I say you, I mean everyone, because we just talked about you being a spirit. This is your spiritual experience. If you have the chance to turn and do what's right, if you have a chance to speak differently, to think differently, to act in a different way, then this is your chance. Get educated. You can come to my class. You can go to anyone that I mentioned. You can find books and try and educate yourself to the point where you can get in a conversation with someone and speak intelligently about what it is that you have learned or that you know. I've been told it's not my responsibility to educate white people. But I feel that if I'm going to create a world that is conducive for me, then I need to be a part of the blueprint. I need to be a part of the structure of how this will play out. I will not leave those who enslaved myself to create a new plan. While you're educating yourself, you cannot be in the midst of changing anything if you don't know what you don't know. So that's my role. But when it's time for me to stop doing it, I will. And this is getting to be a long video, so I'm going to keep it short. But this is your chance. This is a spiritual war. We're in a chess match. And trust and believe, if you're not on the winning side, if you're not on the right side, if you discover that you are not wheat or that you're a tare, whatever that means, that's how it's going to be. If God be for you, who can be against you? If you're not for us, then you're against us. And whatever I just said just now, take it how it resonates. Interpret it how you want. I'll see you in class. I'll see you in class, one way or the other.